Will everyone please rise for the national anthem?
Please be seated. I have to say, this is a very impressive crowd tonight for our graduates, so thank you all for coming. I want to welcome everyone, friends, family, classmates, our Gardner Academy staff, our superintendent, our assistant superintendent, the mayor, members of school committee, members of city councils, and most importantly, welcome to our graduates. To begin our program tonight, we have a student speaker, Isabel Hamill.
Welcome, class of 2025, families and friends. My name is Isabel Hamill. I never thought I would be standing up here in front of all of you giving this graduation speech today. I had a very rough start of high school. I came from Gardner High School to Gardner Academy because I had a lot of things going on. I was failing my classes and was going to stay back. I was getting in a lot of trouble and I just kind of lost my way. This was all very shortly after a very special person in my life passed away. I kind of just gave up and I didn't feel like doing anything. Then I came to Gardner Academy to try to get myself back up and on track. At first, it was a very rocky start. I would skip classes or walk out in the middle of the day or not come to school. But I met this really nice teacher named Mr. Arnold. He helped me stay in school and get back on track. I felt a lot more like myself. In a way, he brought back the part of me I thought I lost, my happiness and my will to keep going. But when I came back to school in the fall, I came into school ready to start my day and go talk to Mr. Arnold, and he wasn't there. Instead, it was someone completely different. My grades were not getting better. I was starting to skip school more and walk out again. I felt like I was going back into the same slump I was in before. But I had a lot of people help me, and I was trying my best to get better, and I made it some way, somehow. All of us have had challenges or obstacles we had to work through and overcome. But we came here for a second chance, for a change, to be able to better ourselves. There are a lot of teachers here who take you under their wing and treat you with respect. They also uplift you and help you when you need it. They are also very patient. Here we are at this major step in our life. We all choose different paths after high school, but I know whatever we choose will bring us where we want to be. We are all smart and wise individuals, and I believe every one of us has a great future ahead of us. We worked hard, had struggles, and came a long way. Thank you to all the staff that helped us get to where we are. Congratulations, class of 2025. Here's a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." This is a first step for us. As you graduate, take time to celebrate all you have achieved, but remember, this isn't the end, just the next chapter.
Thank you, Izzy. That was awesome. So I would like to begin my talk, my speech, with some thank yous. None of us would be here today celebrating without the whole entire Gardner Academy family. First, I'd like to recognize our staff, Coach K, who is our job coach. Who does his best to keep me in line most days. It is hard. Ms. Stevenson, our assistant principal and MTSS administrator. Ms. Scruggs, our school counselor. Our wonderful, amazing patient nurses, Nurse Tina and Nurse Becky. Mr. Beauregard is our math teacher, and I believe has taught some other people in this room as well, not just the graduates. Mr. McNeil is our English teacher. Mr. McMorrow is our history teacher. And I have one more special thank you, and this person is not going to be happy with me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Ms. Johnson came to us, I think she's on that side. Ms. Johnson came to us in October as our secretary, and I don't know how many of you have had a chance to meet her, but she has worked and put her whole heart and soul into this graduation ceremony today, and it would not have been possible without all of her help. So I wanted to give her a special thank you. Don't kill me later, okay? And graduates, I would like you to stand up for me, turn around, and I want you to thank this whole entire room for being here for you through this journey. Clap for everybody here. Thank you. You guys can sit down. I surprised them with that. That's why they were confused. I'm grateful to have been your principal my first year at Gardner Academy as your principal, and I have probably learned a lot more from all of you than all of you learned from me. And I want to just talk a little bit about our Sweet 16. There are 16 graduates. Basketball's on my mind, therefore Sweet 16. A little bit of accomplishments that we've had this year. Many of you got your driver's license this year, which is a pretty big deal, a big accomplishment, and we loved when you came in and told us. Many of you had a job this year. Actually, a lot of you had a job this year. Could you raise your hand if you had a job at some point this year, graduates? Yeah, that's most of them have had a job this year. And kind of a fun little milestone we've had this year is I think we've gotten 4 or 5 new tattoos among the graduates. Something like, it's not my fault. It was totally on their own. All of you had a different journey to get here, and you all put in the hard work, and you deserve to get these diplomas that you've earned today. When I began to think about what I wanted to say today, I thought back to my own graduations and my own kids' graduations. And I realized I didn't remember what people said. I didn't remember who actually talked for some of those graduations. And I didn't really remember what message I was supposed to take away. So I thought, was I inspired? I don't know, maybe. So the more I considered what I wanted to say today, I realized that I wanted to be more about you, the graduates, than anything that I could say. And it reminded me of my favorite quote. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So I would like to start a new tradition where I will talk about each one of you. And I asked for pictures. Some gave me pictures, some didn't, so I apologize if you're not happy with what I found, but I wanted everybody to have a picture. Tessa. I know you're first because it's alphabetical. I know you don't like that. I'm going to miss your unique style and your fashion sense, us comparing hair colors and who changed and who didn't. And school is not going to be the same without you singing down the hallway. We're going to miss that. So these are the pictures I had for Tessa. Alex. A day doesn't go by, and it's not a real day unless I see what t-shirt you're wearing. And if it's not some kind of horror theme or metal or something like that, it's just not the same. So I always look forward to seeing what shirt you have. But most importantly, Alex is a lot of our technical assistants, and in fact, yesterday, I made him make sure with me that my computer had the right connection to be able to do the slides today. So even yesterday, you were still helping me with my technology, and we're going to miss your assistance, Alex. Who's going to help us next year? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. And here are some pictures of Alex. Same smile. Sid. You were unsure at first about coming and joining us at Gardner Academy, but you turned into one of our biggest rock stars. And you spend every day checking in with staff and your friends and making sure that all of us are okay. And I have to admit, you did crush it with some of the Spirit Week themes, which I'm going to miss next year. Thank you, Sid. Jalen's worried about what pictures I have. Jalen, we may have bonded about our hair color, although yours is not as bright as it was, but I've really come to admire your grit and your resilience. You tell it like it is. You are a stronger person than I think you realize you are, and I know that you're going to do great things, and I'm really going to miss your tenacity next year. I see a theme here. Robson. How many days did I say, is Robson here yet? Does anybody know where Robson is? Who's picking up Robson? Does Robson need a ride to school? But you would always come in kind of half awake, little look on your face, but there was always that little grin. So I knew if I just said, hey, Robson, glad you're here, I would see that little grin. And it was really amazing to see you thrive in that MVP program. And I do have a picture, I don't have it here, of this smile of him at MVP program. Abby Doyle. Abby, you might be one of the coolest graduates. Kind of thinking that. And again, just like Robson, you're one of the shining stars of the MVP program. And I also have a picture of you smiling at MVP. You know, and I'm wondering, Abby, who's going to ask me every day, Miss, do you have any mints? I'm going to miss that. So thank you. And a pretty good looking prom couple too, I might say. Yeah. Sophia, which I know the Finns are here. I saw a lot of Finns coming. I know you guys are here. I think you've had the job the longest out of anybody at the school. You've been in the same job the longest, right? So that's a big accomplishment. I also know, Sophia, that you are one of the people that keeps us organized and that you help clean out the PBIS rewards closet. I know you've helped Ms. McGavin organize things and get us all in order, so we're going to miss that next year. We're going to have to figure out a way to have you come back and help us. All right, deal. Some pictures of Sophia. Ayana, I know that you have the ability to be a great role model and a leader. And once you set your mind to a goal, you do it. And I have no doubt that when you figure out what you're going to do next, you're going to accomplish greatness. And we're going to miss that. Oh, yeah! Izzy Hamill, our wonderful student speaker. I'm not sure if I should admit it or not, but I was the strange person that was in the wrong room when she walked in last year, and Mr. Arnold wasn't there, but we become good friends anyway, so that was quite the adventure. And have you been here the longest of all the seniors, Izzy? I couldn't remember. I think you might be. One of the longest ones here. And like you've talked about, and you actually got a persistence award earlier, is that we've seen that persistence and that growth. And I'm going to miss seeing you walking down the hallway when you're on that mission. And that's joking about it. So I'm going to miss that next year. I didn't get pictures from you, Izzy, so I have one of you getting an award. Isabella Hickman. Queen, can you give me a ride to school? Always made me laugh when I got that text in the morning. And of course, I would go pick her up and bring her to school. And I know I've said this to you many times, Isabella, but you are wise beyond your years. And I hope that you're seeing that and that you know that you can also accomplish what you set your mind to. I'm going to miss you. Isabella didn't know I had the picture on the left. That is when we had Department of Health people come out and do some activities for our students, and he is doing airbrush tattoos. Actually, maybe it is my fault we got tattoos this year because we did have that activity. Will Lincoln. I have to say, Will, honestly and truly, one of my favorite memories from this year was being at the homecoming game and hearing Mr. McMorrow announce your name. It was one of the best moments I've ever had because I know that you were a team player and you've been sitting there waiting for your moment, and I was grateful to be there for that moment. So that is one of my favorite memories. But also what I'm going to miss is our NFL conversations and our updates every day, because you were my information guy, so I don't know what I'm going to do next year to get my NFL updates. So, pictures of Will. I like the donut, that's why that one got up there. Sorry, Will. Aaliyah. Aaliyah is one of our quietest students, and she's a cheerleader, which I think is pretty amazing. You're a whole well-rounded person. But we always had great conversations, and I always enjoyed hearing about your cheerleading and about your job at Walmart and all the adventures that we're having, and most importantly, I appreciate that you always had a smile to share. So thank you, Aaliyah. I also had to find pictures, but look what I did. Okay, Josh Neal, I have to admit, sorry to embarrass anybody, this is the first time I've seen his face. Josh Neal likes to wear hoodies, and he kind of likes to hide behind the hoodies, and I'm so excited to see what you look like, so thank you for that. Thank you, Mom and Dad, thank you for that. I have to say, Josh Neal, there were often days at school that I wish I had your energy, because you just seem to have boundless, endless energy, and I wish I had that. But most importantly, when you decided that you wanted to try the virtual classes, I have to admit that we were a little unsure that it was going to work. And you know what? You proved us wrong, and you crushed it. And that's why you're here today. So thank you for proving us wrong. Damien. I don't know if many people know this, but Damon often says the word lovely. And most people don't use lovely enough. So I will always, whenever I hear the word lovely or I think of Damien, I'm going to think about the word lovely. And I'm also amazed that you used it appropriately in many different contexts. And it always seemed to work. So whenever I think of you, Damien, it's going to be lovely. And we're also going to miss your creative mind and the different way that you thought about things. Another MVP student. Unfortunately, the next two students are not here today, but I still want to talk to them a little bit about them. Dakota was one of our leaders by example. He didn't want attention drawn to him. He didn't want to make a big deal. He didn't want to be recognized. But in his own quiet way, he was one of our leaders. And on a personal note, he gave me a hug every morning, so I'm going to miss that a lot next year. So if anybody's thinking about being the hug replacement, let me know. And I have a couple of football pictures of Dakota. And lastly, we have Sasha, who could not be with us today. She's on a cruise, so nothing bad, just on a cruise. Sasha is one of those students that always had a smile for us, was one of the nicest people I think you will ever meet. And again, I enjoyed talking with her and Aaliyah when we would talk about your Walmart job. So congratulations, Sasha. And now, I'm sure you're sick of me talking, is the moment we've all been waiting for, that the students are about to walk across the stage. So before that, if I could have Dr. Pellegrino, Mayor Nicholson, and Ms. Stevenson join me on the stage, and graduates, could you please start lining up?
Tessa Alley. Alex Matthias Boyven. Sydney Boyer. Jalen Brooks. Robson De Paula. Abby Doyle. Sophia Finn. Ayana Destiny Brown. Izzy Hamill. Isabel Ribeiro Hickman. Will Lincoln. Aaliyah Phillips. Josh Rivi Torres. Damian Spofford.
So yeah, let's give them another round of applause, our graduates. And it is Gardner Academy's honor to be a part of your story, a story that is just beginning, and we are so proud of you and grateful for our time with our Sweet 16. Abby Doyle, would you like to stand, please? So everyone, all the other graduates want to stand as well, please? Abby is going to lead us in the switching of the tassel. I'm supposed to say something very official that let the superintendent and mayor know that all of you have met the requirements to graduate today. So thank you. All right, we have one more special thing, Sophia.
May I have all our graduating seniors that want to throw our caps to the front, please? 3, 2, 1.
And the celebration is not over. As you know, we have a cookout for everyone who is here today, so please enjoy some food and spending time with each other. Thank you again.